Hi everybody, it's Julie with You to Be Healthy, coming to you again with Tuesday Tips at 10, like we do every Tuesday, or I try to do every Tuesday. Anyway, it might be a minute before 10, but since I'm on my phone, that's the only one with the accurate time. I always set my watch a few minutes fast because I hate to be late. Anybody that knows me will tell you that I get all stressed out if I'm late. So I started a minute earlier. Anyway, I'm coming to you today on the last day of April to talk again about healthy homes. And living in a healthy home is so important, especially if you've got kids or pets, or you're concerned about your health, like you have cancer that runs in your family, or you have skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis, or maybe you have asthma, or your children have asthma and allergies. All big reasons why you want to make your home the healthiest and safest place on earth. And a lot of people say, well, I want to use green cleaners, or I've tried green cleaners, and yeah, okay, they don't work. And they cost an arm and a leg. Well, if I could show you some green cleaners today that are not only safe for you and your planet and the healthy kids and the pets and everyone else, but actually save you money, would you be interested in looking at them? And everybody's saying, Julie, do live demos. And I'm like, I really suck at live demos. No one sucks worse than I do at live demos, but I said, hey, we'll give it a try. So I have my trusty mirror here, and you can tell we're into racing, and I found a mirror with a little checkered flag, so I thought that was cute. Anyway, found an old tube of lipstick, and dark lipstick, and if anybody knows, lipstick on a mirror is horrible, right? I mean, anybody that leaves a note on a mirror with lipstick has never tried to wash it off. Oh, and it's backwards for you guys, so it says instead of saying hi, it goes, ugh. Anyway, window cleaner. See this little bottle of window cleaner that I made up? I take 2 drops of our basic H squared, put in a bottle of water, and I have window cleaner. And people are like, yeah, right, you're just spraying water. This little bottle is equivalent to, this bottle concentrates equivalent to over 5,000 bottles of Windex. And you're like, yeah, right. True. But it does work, okay? Because I only use 2 drops and the rest of it's water. How can it work? It's that concentrated, that's why. And unlike Windex, I could get my kid to do the windows and not worry about him going like, I just sprayed myself in the eyes, now I can't see, kind of freaking out and you're poisoning your kid. I can have my kid do the windows and not poison him. So, anyway, can do the lipstick. Hear that little squeak? And I'm sorry, I just trying to clean my whole mirror. Ta-da! Ew. I just spit on it. Anyway, it's clean. Took all the lipstick off, 2 drops, right here. Alright. So, now you have a great way to do windows. You can make your kids do it and not worry about poisoning them and save a ton of money. Now, I took an old sock. Yeah, we have them. Got kids, you got a lot of socks. Do you know what this is? This is iodine, straight iodine tincture. Work in the medical field, work as a vet tech. Anybody will tell you, we use iodine tincture on newborns and their umbilical cords. So if you have a full-born or calf-born, put the iodine tincture on. Problem is, especially if you got a newborn foal moving around, it will get on you and your clothes, and it stains what most people think is permanently. So, I just take some water. I'm going to simulate a washing machine here. And I take a little bit of just a liquid, we have powder and liquid detergent. Put in, I don't know, a few drops in. And I take a little bit of our Nature Bright laundry brightener. Alright. And I take our little iodine tincture sock tinted with it. Stick it down in there. And I'll pretend to be a washing machine. I know, this is so boring, isn't it? But the whole idea is iodine tincture really doesn't ever come out. Okay? But it does on ours. And I have used our laundry detergent on my kids' clothes, especially when he used to play baseball and came up with white baseball uniform pants. Who does these things? As a mom, I'm like, who came up with a white uniform for little boys to play baseball? No. But sure enough, every team he was on had white pants. And of course, little boys, once they learn how to slide properly, they'll slide into any base, whether they need to or not. My kid would lob it out past the third baseman's head, and he'd still slide in the second. I'm like, you didn't need to slide. Anyway, I would come home, wash the pants, not have to worry about it, never have to use bleach. Bleach is so toxic, so toxic. Don't need to use bleach. Anyway, well, that's washing. I'll go on. Disinfecting. We all need to disinfect our kitchens, our bathrooms. We got little boys, definitely need to disinfect. However, bleach is extremely caustic, extremely toxic. And if you use any type of a bleach cleaner, and then like say you use a bleach toilet cleaner or something like that, or bleach to kill germs on your surfaces, you are making a deadly cocktail, especially if you're using any other cleaner, like Windex. Windex has ammonia. Yay! And bleach and ammonia, as you know, if you mix them, you create a toxic cloud. People says, well, I don't mix them. I'm smarter than that. Really? I'm not saying you're not smart, but what you don't realize is when you clean windows, those fumes, ammonia fumes, go up into the air. And when you clean your kitchen counters with a bleach, those fumes go up in the air. And guess what? All those chemicals are in the air and they mix. And that noxious cloud is now in your home. And yes, it is poisoning you and your children and your pets. So anytime you mix cleaners, you are creating a new concoction that scientists don't know anything about. So we've got to remember there's over 84,000 chemicals out there that we can legally bring into our homes, that we can go to the store and bring into our homes through cleaning products, personal care products, you name it. 84,000 chemicals. Out of those 84,000 chemicals, less than 200 have been actually tested for toxicity by the FDA. They just don't have the funding to keep up with all the new chemicals coming out. Out of those 200, five are regulated by the FDA. The rest are free to do with whatever you want. And those are only chemicals alone. They're not chemicals that you mix. So if you buy one brand of chemicals over here and another chemicals here, and you bring them home and you start cleaning with the different ones for their different purposes, you are now creating new chemicals that were never meant to be and were never tested in a lab. Okay, so keep these things in mind when you're saying it's just easier to use just toxic store brands. It is not. It's actually more dangerous. But again, green cleaners are only as good as if they work. So, disinfectant. We talked about it. Basic G. See this little bottle here? This is a concentrate. It lasts me over a year. And I use it on everything. I put about a teaspoon or less in a spray bottle of water, and it cleans my bathroom, my kitchen. It cleans everything from E. coli and salmonella down to parvo and feline leukemia. It even cleans the HIV virus on hard surfaces. It actually cleans better than bleach and disinfects better than bleach. It's an actual germicide. And unlike bleach, where if you spray a bleach cleaner on a counter, it only kills germs for maybe an hour or two. Basic G lasts much longer than that. So I highly recommend that. You will spend so much less money buying this than you do in other disinfectants. And while we're talking about disinfectants and supposedly green cleaners, everybody out there that says, why use vinegar? Raise your hand. Okay, bet your house stinks. Yeah, it does. You may not realize it, but if you have people over, they can smell the vinegar, and it smells like smelly feet. 2, vinegar is not a disinfectant. That is a myth. What vinegar does is dislodge the dirt on a surface, just like soap and water does, so you can wash it away. It does not disinfect. It doesn't kill salmonella. It doesn't kill E. coli. It doesn't kill any of that stuff. That is a myth. All right? I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's the truth. Second of all, vinegar will eat at the surfaces of your countertops, your tabletops. Okay, it is a very caustic, acidic, chemical. All right, it's just, not only does it not disinfect, it will ruin your surfaces. So stop using vinegar and thinking you're disinfecting. You may be cleaning the dirt away, but you're not disinfecting. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody understands that. Moving on. Oven cleaner. I just cleaned my oven the other day when I was on my lunch break from working here. I get to work at home, but I still take lunch breaks. So I thought I would clean my oven real quick. And people were like, yeah, right, real quick. Yeah, not my favorite job, but I do try to do it at least once a year, try to mostly twice a year. But anyway, I don't use Easy Off. I don't use these toxic oven cleaners. Are one of the most toxic ones out there. What I use, and you can even take some of the label off, is my Scour Off. And as you can tell, I use it. Smells like strawberry cherries. Works really good at cleaning ovens, cleaning grills, anything really that needs a little of a scouring thing with some muscle behind it. Quick story. As most of you guys know, my husband, my son and I were all involved in racing. We race cars. And a while back, we had bought a used truck. Nice truck. And it had these wheels on it where the previous owner did not keep it as clean as he should have. And if you guys all know, brake dust, if you don't keep it clean off the wheels, will start building up. Well, the brake dust had basically caramelized on the front wheels of this truck. And these were aluminum wheels. And I think they were aluminum. They weren't chrome, but they weren't steel, so they had to be aluminum. Yeah, aluminum wheels. And my husband's, you go up there and you try to take your fingernail, and you couldn't even hardly break through it with your fingernail. And my husband's like, these wheels are ruined. He says, I could probably break them down, take tires off, and try to buff them out. He says, these wheels will never come off. He says, whatever we use is going to scratch the heck out of them. He says, we're going to end up having to replace them. I said, let me try my Scour Off. And he goes, Julie, your Scour Off is wonderful at getting stuff off, like on the grill and stuff. He says, I don't think it's going to touch this. I said, let me try it. So I took a little bit of bucket of water, and I took an old toothbrush that we use for scrubbing things, and I sat down on the ground and used my little Scour Off paste. And I just kept adding water to it and kept scrubbing it. And the funny part was, when my son came along and said, "What you doing, Mom?" I said, well, I'm going to try and fix these wheels and prove to Dad that my Scour Off can work. He goes, I'll help. And I was like, okay, honey. I thought, and I said, there's a scrub brush over there. Well, he saw me using a toothbrush. So short time later, he comes back and he's scrubbing. Well, I wasn't paying any attention. And a minute later, I'm looking at him and he's got a toothbrush. I'm like, where'd you get that? He goes, the bathroom. I said, is that the toothbrush I just put out for you today? And he goes, yeah. I'll wash it off, Mom, I promise. I'm like, no, you're not going to use that toothbrush again. Just don't, whatever you do, don't put it back on the sink, So anyway, he went and grabbed his brand new toothbrush. He thought he could wash it off afterwards and brush his teeth with it. But anyway, be careful what your kids use. Anyway, so didn't take me long at all. I just kind of worked that paste in and stuff. I said, hey, hubby, come here. I went with the hose, and it all ran off, and the wheels look sparkling, brand new. No scratches, nothing. My husband stood there, gaping mouth open, catching flies. He's like, I don't believe it. I said, guess what? He goes, what? I said, since you didn't believe me and trusted my little Scour Off paste to work on those wheels, you get to do the rest of them. And I walked away. So I made him do the rest of the wheels. Anyway, long story short, this stuff saved us from having to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on buying new wheels for this pickup truck. It saves tons of money. And I use it to clean my oven and anything greasy that requires a little bit of elbow grease. I do use it on my glass top cook stove back there, but you have to be really careful because it does have grit, and you don't want to use a scouring pad or you'll scratch the top of your cook stove. But I do know how, if you're like me, you boil everything over. So I was using it to clean off the boiled over stuff. All right. Other thing is multi-purpose cleaner. I use this stuff for it's literally 1,001 uses. We take it camping, everything. Again, I can get my kid to clean for me, with me. I said for me. Because it's safe. If he's like me and sprays it in his face, he's not freaking out. Okay? It's safe for my pets because whenever you mop your floor in, even though it's dry, if you drop a piece of food, they're going to be licking it up, and they're licking up the chemical too. So if you have pets, we love our furry kids just as much. They're our family. If you're using caustic chemicals in the home, remember, they're the canary in the coal mine. Our pets are dying quicker of cancer nowadays than they used to. So we share our living quarters. We share our water with them. They're the canary in the coal mine. So make sure that whatever you're cleaning your home with and their home with, it's safe. It's same with our children. Dishwashing powder is probably one of the most caustic things your children can get into, and there's lots of children who have died horrible, painful deaths, or have survived and have to go through multiple surgeries because their esophagus is now completely ate away, simply because they dipped their finger in the powder and put it in their mouth. So it's not like they sat there and chugged the whole box. They dipped their finger and stuck it in their mouth. Now, how caustic is that? If that tiny little amount, all right, could kill our children. It's also killing our planet. So, again, whatever you put out there, as I tell my son, we live in a giant fishbowl. Whatever you put down the drain, you're going to drink later. Okay? The flush is closer to the tap than you might want to think about. All right, so anyway, I haven't been mixing this like I should have in my little washing machine here, but as you can see, if I do it like a washing machine, it's getting the iodine out. People say, no way, that's not the same cloth. It is. If you're a vet tech or a nurse, you know how staining iodine tincture is. We're not talking about iodine solution, we're talking about iodine tincture. That's straight stuff. It will get it out. Okay, I use it to get grease out. I use it to get, of course, all kinds of stains out. My son at school, his uniform's a white uniform. Again, white. What is it with these people coming up with white clothes for kids? They play in a gaga pit. Do you know what a gaga pit is? I didn't know until he started there. It's a big, giant pit of dirt and sand and some weird cloth staining dirt of some type. And they got to play this game where all like 50 kids get in this giant pit, and they slap this ball around until there's only 2 left or whatever. Well, of course, boys, they go diving for it. And he leaves the house in a white shirt and comes home in a beige shirt. I'm like, did you win the gaga game? And he's like, yeah, I won. And I was like, really? I can tell. I don't need to use bleach. I don't use bleach on his clothes. I don't want bleach next to his skin, where it goes into his skin. It takes about 14 seconds to go into your bloodstream. I don't want bleach going into his bloodstream. I use Nature Bright along with our laundry detergent, and his shirts are just as white. You would swear I use bleach. All right. Trying to think of something else. I really don't have any other demo. Don't want to bore you. And I didn't spray it in my face this time. That's why I don't like to do demos. I usually screw it up. Anyway, I'm going to put a link down below where you can try these products out. But I really would appreciate it if you get with me first, because I could probably get you a discount. All right, so not only are they saving you money even if you buy them at retail, but why buy at retail? I can get you a discount. So make sure to get with me. I know Facebook, you don't like me saying that, but be sure to get with me so you can get a discount. All right, tell me what it is that you need help with cleaning around the house. I'll make sure I get you the right product. And if I can get you a discount, I will. All right. You guys take care. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching on replay, please put #replay so I can know if anybody's coming along later. Thanks, guys. Take care.